Hello, everyone. My name's Claudio and I've been invited by ISNAF to share my story with you as one of the finalists for this year's Young Investigator Awards, in particular the Bruno Touschek Award for research in particle accelerators, elementary particle physics, and cosmology. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about my story. So my background, I was originally born in Rome. But my family is from a small town in the south of Italy called Bernalda in Basilicata. I originally studied physics in London, actually. I did my bachelor's degree in physics with a year abroad at King's College London, and I spent my year as an exchange student at UCLA during the bachelor's degree. And this was my first time being in the United States, studying in the United States, and it was a very pivotal experience for me, and it led me to eventually return to do a PhD, but not before I went back to London for a year to complete a master's program at Imperial College, also in physics. So as I said, I returned to California to complete my PhD in physics with a specialization in accelerator physics and free electron lasers. And I was fortunate enough to meet and work under Professor Claudio Pellegrini, who's one of the luminaries in the field and was really a fantastic mentor. Taught me a lot about what it means to do research in physics and to continue being curious and really led me to continue working in the field, which I still work in today. My current position is Associate Staff Scientist at SLAC National Accelerator Lab. And this means that as I work, I have a series of sort of different responsibilities, which involve in part supporting users which come to our accelerator facilities to do a multitude of experiments. I work specifically at the Facility for Advanced Accelerator Experimental Tests. So primarily, we are concerned with plasma acceleration experiments, which aim to generate, very high energy electron beams in very short distances, sort of order 1,000 times smaller than what you can do with conventional accelerators. And as I said, I support user experiments at this facility, but I also propose my own experiments, and particularly, I'm one of the co-PIs of an experiment right now that's looking at generating very high power X-rays using plasma accelerators in a sort of innovative fashion, and that's something that I'm spending a lot of my time on working on today. My connection with ISNAF is, both professional and I would say, fun. They organize a lot of activities in the Bay Area for networking. For example, we have these regular what they call back talks, which are kind of TED Talk series that you can go to, where one of the members of ISNAF will present his or her research, and it's these have been very interesting. I've learned anything from Egyptology to self-driving cars. There are a lot of variety in the kinds of scholars that work in North America. So I find that personally very stimulating, and also I've had a chance to meet a lot of other scientists and scholars that are both younger and more senior working in the area, and this has been kind of eye-opening because it shows you the career possibilities that you could explore with your kind of technical background, but also, again, as I said, it's quite fun. I mean, for example, ISNAF organized a tour of the NASA Space Center here in Mountain View, where one of the scholars is actually working, and we got to drive the Mars rover around and go and see a lot of the labs that NASA has and maintains here. So that was quite special. My connection with Italy. Well, I have a lot of professional ties with Italy, particularly, in the field that I work in, particle accelerators. There are strong international collaborations, and Italy, no, unsurprisingly, has a very strong history and background in accelerator physics. And so we collaborate routinely with people, for example, from INFN in Rome and also in Milan, writing papers, coming up with new proposals, and also working directly on experiments. And I think that it's really a great boost both for people that are working as scientists that are part of the diaspora here in the U.S. to be able to make these strong connections with Italian scientists. And I think ISNAF continues to promote this kind of activity, in a concrete way, also by, for example, funding programs that send students to work here, as part of these exchange intercultural kind of activities. So I think that I really I'm quite fond of my experience with ISNAF so far, and I want to thank them for this opportunity. And I hope that you enjoyed hearing about my story, and thanks for your attention.